Whew. Hey y'all. So let's just hop right into it. If you made money last year, but you still feel broke, overwhelmed, or unsure where it went, this is for you. And no, it doesn't mean you're bad with money at all. So, anyway, hey y'all, I'm Kareen and I'm an accountant and I work with small business owners and mompreneurs, non for profits. I do it all, right? And this is one of the most common conversations I have. And it usually start with, I don't understand why I'm still struggling. I understand and I get it. So let's hop right into this today, right? So the topic today would be I made money, so why am I so broke? Before we keep going on, um, and if you like these lives, share with another business owner who needs to hear this, and follow me on Twitch. You can also follow me on YouTube and Instagram for more money and business clarity. Okay, that's before we go on. I just wanted to get that out the way. My little sell pitch. I hate selling stuff. But anyway, most business owners are working hard, but without systems. So money comes in, life happens, bills get paid, kids need things, and suddenly there's nothing left. That's not failure. That's just a lack of structure. So I want to go over 3 reasons on what this is. So let's start with the first reason, which would be profits versus cash. Profit on paper is not the same as money in your account. Profit doesn't account for timing, cash flow does. So that's number one. That's our first reason. Our second reason would be, and I do have some tricks for that too. Second reason would be no tax or pay system. Okay, so basically what this means is if you're paying yourself randomly and hoping there's enough left for taxes, cash flow will always feel unstable. Income needs a plan before it hits your account, not after. So basically what I'm saying at this point is you are going to be the one to tell your business based on you knowing how your business flows. You're going to have an understanding how your business flows. So you're going to want to be able to, when $1 or $100 hits your accounts, whatever it is or more, you're going to want to be able to tell it exactly what it is. This is what I've always told you guys. The profit first method has been a great method to use. This profit first method has been a method that has been used for years. This is the envelope method. This is a method that a lot of our grandparents came use for many years, our elders, our ancestors, and everyone you have been using this for a long time. It's where you allocate money to a certain thing, like basically an envelope. So you're going to allocate how much goes to what. So you're going to tell your money this is where you need to be. This is like telling your kids you need to be here at this time and this day, whatever you're planning your kids' day. There's structure there. Your money also needs structure. You just can't have money come in your account. It sits there and does not know exactly what it needs to be doing. You need to assign what goes to what. So if let's talk about 100. Let's make it really easy. $50 will go into your owner's compensation account. So that's your income. And then you'll put probably like the next bigger thing would be 30%. That's going to go to your expenses that you need for the business. So that's $30 goes into your expense account. Then you're going to have the next one would be your taxes, right? You're going to want to tell taxes where it's supposed to go. So you're going to want to put $15 towards taxes, right? And then the next thing would be for profit. You're going to put like $5 towards your profit. So that's you breaking down exactly where everything needs to go. So you're telling your money where it belongs. Money is flow. We're talking about cash flow. When we have water, we're making sure if water has a certain flow. We are gauging the flow of the water. You don't want just to have water just going all over the place. The same thing with a fire. You want to have a controlled fire. Like when you burn your candle, you're not just burning the candle. Everything needs to be controlled, right? So that's the same thing with your money. You don't want just your money just slingering out there. The next reason to be books without meaning. So remember how I just explained this is how you can determine how to tell your money where to go. Bookkeeping isn't just about tracking transactions, it's about understanding what your money is telling you so you can make those confident decisions, so you can tell your money where to go, where it needs to be at. Because for instance, that whole scenario that I just explained about the 50-30, 15 and 5, it wouldn't work for your business if your business is actually more heavier on expenses. Like if your money is more heavy on operating expense, it might be a little bit higher or whatever. So and then your taxes might be actually lower because you're spending more money than you actually are bringing in. So it all depends on what your business is telling you. So if you go look at your books right now, and we are able to look at the last, let's say, 6 months or even 90 days, let's even the year before, 6 months, 90 days, we were able to look at something and see exactly how the money was flowing. Like you can, it's not that it was flowing, but you can see your spending habits, you can see the income habits, you can see all that stuff. There we can determine the actual percentage of what it is. Like we can say, okay, well, you spend 50% on expenses. Do you need to spend 50% on expenses? Maybe not. We can start trimming that away, but we need to start putting 50% away for your expenses so we can make sure that money is there and accounted for when it's time to pay these things. Because if you're not doing that, then that's when it comes into you're overdrafting, you're overdrawing your account, or you're you're basically living from income to income. So you're waiting for clients to pay you so you can pay your bills. And you want to avoid all that. Okay, so basically what that would be, um controlling it, right? So feeling broke doesn't mean your business isn't working. It usually means your money needs clarity, it needs more control, and clarity changes everything. Okay. um I would love to go into a next my next segment would be basically all the common cash flow questions I have answered during discovery calls. So first question is, why do I feel broke even when I'm paid? Hmm. So basically, because income without structure gets absorbed by life. So that's the whole reason. Like, why do you feel broke? Like I just explained, if you're not controlling it, if you're not telling it where it needs to go, money's just gonna come in and go out. Come in and go out. It's gonna be like a revolving door. It's like think about it this way. You have a heat on in your house, but you also have the window open. If you have to close windows, when you close that window, the heat can't come out no more or whatever. So you're just throwing money away because you don't have the control of it, and it's just sitting there and it doesn't know what it has to do. Like, um, yeah, so that's one thing. And then my next question is, how much money should I actually keep in my account? There's literally no universal number. What matters is separation and intention. Like, it's not about how much money should be in your account. If anything, if I was to give you what number it should be, number one, know what your zero is. Your zero would basically be you counting how much money you're gonna need to survive off of 6 months. Like you would never ever get one piece of income ever in, but you can still your business be able to survive for 6 months off of the money that's in that account. And that's basically what I would determine what that number would be, right? So your zero could be $20,000, but it all depends on what your business needs are. Okay, so you always are going to, and this is another thing. Like even when you're thinking of paying for things or purchasing something new, you're going to also want to make sure if it's something recurring, you're going to want to make sure, okay, I'm going to hire this person. I want to make sure I'm paying them. I have enough money to pay them for 6 months. 6 months without me ever having to sell something or bring in another piece of income. I am having a cough attack and I don't know where it's coming from. Okay. When should I pay myself? Ooh, I love this question. So basically, you want to pay yourself consistently. Random pay creates stress even in profitable businesses. So you want to be consistent. You want to set up a time and a date, and you also want to make sure you are consistent with the amount. You don't want to just say, okay, well, there's like $300 in the account. I'm gonna just pay myself $300. You want to have a consistent amount, And that's when we also, this is like I always said, your business and your personal is still the same, because when you're an owner, you determine how much you should be getting paid, right? But your payment should actually be a real number, like something where you are going to be satisfied with that pay. If this is a full-time business, this you have like nothing coming in, like you don't have, this is not like your part-time hustle. Like this is basically your main business, even if it's your part-time hustle, but figure out what that part-time amount should be. Like I'm making this amount at my job, but I need a little bit more extra income. This is the amount I need. So this is where we go into where we backtrack basically. We we use all the numbers, we use all the formulas, like even down to, okay, we use the magic number, which is usually your income, I mean your rent or your mortgage. This is something that's fixed, like a fixed amount where you can figure out how much money you're going to need and what your salary should be. So we would take like maybe your mortgage or your rent, and then we would say that if your mortgage and your household expenses are supposed to be 30% of your income, we add all those things up and figure and divide it by 30% to figure out how much your salary should be. And then that's when we determine if your business is actually able to sustain that amount that you do need, right? And then that's the number we would choose to make sure you're paying you consistently from that. Because at the end of the day, I tell my clients, when you're not paying yourself, you're actually you're causing bad energy in your business, because at the end of the day, you are working so hard for free. Now your business turned into something you're volunteering to do, and you become like envious of your business. Your business is not producing the seed that you need and things like that. So you want to make sure that you are being paid first. Like you're your number one. Who's the number one employee? You are. Like you're the number one employee of your business. Like even if it's just you, you're number one. You need to make sure you're paying yourself, because it's like the airport when you're in the airplane and they say put on your mask first and then put on the mask on your little babies and your children and your people that you're with, right? But you have to make sure you're getting the oxygen that you're able to provide um for yourself. Like you need to make sure you pay yourself, and then you pay taxes, then you pay the expenses. But you need to make sure your business is sustainable to do that, right? So you're going to want to make sure you're building your business, you're building the income to come in, and you're assigning the amount of money that needs to go into your owner's compensation account and things like that. Okay, so this is very important. All right, so paying yourself important, being consistent, making sure you know how much is supposed to be paid. And when I say consistent, you're going to choose if you're going to get paid monthly, weekly, bi-weekly. You're going to choose a date. You're going to set up the transfer, automatic transfers, and everything. Like you want this to be where it's on autopilot. Like, yeah, I'm getting paid on Friday. Like, even my kids be like, "Oh, mommy's getting paid on the 10th or the 25th." I'll ask her then. So you already know, like what it's going to be. That also helps you determine how much money you need to bring in, throughout the year and everything like that, because now you know what it is, right? Next question is, I don't even know if I have these questions up. Like, get it together. Why does tax season always hit me hard? Um, because taxes weren't built into the plan during the year. So that's why it hits you hard. That's another thing you want to account for. That's another thing you want to figure out and put and save away. Like the beauty about it, the beautiful thing about saving for taxes and paying your taxes quarterly is at the end of the year, you can do this wonderful thing where you're going to now file your taxes, and now it's going to all be put together with your purse. If you're doing if you're an S corp or a partnership, or even down to like a sole proprietor or whatever, now you get to see if you can get a refund, or if you still have money saved in your account to pay the last payment in April. Can you keep that money? This is the best part. I love this part. I'm annoying. I'm a nerd, okay? But this is the best part, because now you can determine like how good you did throughout the year, how accurate you kind of were, because number one, you don't want to give IRS more money than they need, because they don't give you anything back with interest. That's number one. But number two, you just want to see how close you are. Like it's gonna be one of those games where do I have to give my money, my savings? Do I get to reinvest this money to myself maybe or into the business? This is the part. So you need to make sure during the year, you're planning for this. You're putting money away every month. You're paying your quarterly taxes every quarter. And then on top of that, you are telling the money where to go for taxes, okay? Okay. So that would be it for like most of the common questions. But like basically these answers give clarity, but applying them is where change happens. That's exactly what like all my discovery calls are for. On that call, we look at your cash flow, your structure, and what support actually makes sense for you. And if this live sounds like you, book the discovery call. The link is in my bio. And before I go, of course, we have to talk about the most important event happening in March in Hempstead, New York. Not March 14th, though, but that's another important event. But March 21st, this is going to be an amazing. And if you're a mom running a business and craving clarity and community, this is exactly what the Mompreneur event March 21st is about. So support, not hustle, guys. Let's just start with we are running businesses here. We're running $1 million businesses. We have a legacy to build. Like so let's get with the right women. Let's talk to one another. Let's help each other, like lifting as we climb. That's my whole mantra is to always like support, support, support. I love to support. I want to support whoever I can get to the next level. If I know something, I will love to share with you. I know there's amazing women that are going to be at this event too, Mompreneur event, that also love to talk about what they know and also be a sponge as well. I love to learn new things as well. So I'm kind of being selfish because I want to find the next mom that's going to tell me the next thing I need to do and level up this year. So come on, come out. We have sponsorship available. We have vendor tables, a few limited vendor tables. Like I stated before, mommies are going to be there and your littles get to be there too. I mean, you might want to get away, but this is not that event. This is an event where you don't have to worry about where you have to take the kids for daycare for a few hours. They can be there. We're going to have the kiddie zone. We're going to have they can do the bouncy house. We're going to have babysitters on deck. They're going to be able to hang out with the most amazing teens out there that are going to be able to help them do whatever they want. We're going to have food. It's just going to be fun. We're going to have goodie bags. It's going to be like a little birthday party because also it's Camilla and Cassie's birthday, but that's not really what it is. But it's just a crazy month for all of us. It's a trifecta of March. 3 birthdays, 1 week. And this mompreneur event. I know I'm crazy. And this stuff does not even faze me because I just like to just do a lot. I like to just throw so much on my plate. So I like this live, share with someone who needs it, and make sure you're following me here on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. I'm on everything. I'm on all the platforms. So drop a little comment cloud if this made you feel seen. Save this live, and clarity is power. Okay, y'all? So basically, until next time, I want you guys to all be profitable and productive this week and enjoy your week. And I'll see you next week. And then the countdown has begun. Birthday starts in 30 days. Birthdays in 30 days. Check my Instagram. I'll be counting down. I love it. Okay. Bye.